Good morning, students. So hope you must have gone through the previous modules. Today we'll be discussing some interesting features in quantum mechanics. Okay, so till now what we have discussed is the basics of quantum mechanics, black body radiations, and the laws proposed to describe the spectrum of the black body radiations. Initially the laws were proposed using classical mechanics, and what we have seen is that those laws could not explain the spectrum completely. And finally Planck proposed the law based on quantum mechanics assumptions, which we have seen that could explain the spectrum completely, and that we could understand how the spectrum is changing for a black body radiation. As now all are going for green energy sources, all of you must have seen this type of things while you are going in the way. So can you please tell me what is this? Okay, you people are right. This is nothing but a solar cell, solar panel, and the basic blocks inside the solar panels are nothing but a solar cell. And the purpose of this solar cell is to convert light energy into electrical energy. And this basic or the principle behind this conversion is known as photoelectric effect. And that was first given by this scientist. I think all of you must be knowing him, but just by looking into his picture one can tell who is he. He is no one but Albert Einstein, who was a famous scientist. He has contributed a lot to our science, and he gave the principle behind this, that is nothing but photoelectric effect, and he got Nobel Prize for this also. So as this phenomena is so interesting, we should go through this and we should learn what is this and how it is useful in different fields of science. Okay, and for this photoelectric effect, Albert Einstein, he got the Nobel Prize in 1921. Okay, so without wasting our time, we'll go to discuss this photoelectric effect. So what is photoelectric effect basically? So the journey actually started long back when initially Maxwell gave the laws of electromagnetism. Then all the scientists, they thought how to understand those laws properly, and there was a huge race behind that to understand the laws of electromagnetism proposed by Maxwell. So the first scientist, that is Heinrich Hertz, that scientist, you must be knowing the units of this frequency. What is that? That is nothing but Hertz. That unit is also given according to his name. So this scientist Hertz, what he was doing to explain these laws of Maxwell's laws of electromagnetism, he was doing some experiments in which he was studying the length of some spark. Okay, and while doing those experiments, he found that suddenly that when he's incidenting some ultraviolet rays, that length of the spark is increasing, and then he could predict that something is happening, some particles are coming out, some charged particles are coming out, because of which the length of the spark is increasing. And that is how in 1887 first he gave the ideas of photoelectric effect, because he was incidenting the ultraviolet ray and some charged particles are coming out, what he could conclude from the length of the spark. So this is how, while working on electromagnetism, Hertz reported that shining of ultraviolet light on electrically charged metal caused the metal to lose its charge faster than otherwise. In other methods, that was the length was very small. Now he could able to get a larger thing. Then, like if something happens in science, people know that creates a curiosity. Okay, so that created a curiosity among the other scientists. They tried to find out what is happening, why this what he told Hertz is something is happening when light is being incidented on a metal. So next to him is Wilhelm Halvak. He thought there is something is there. What he told, something is happening. Let me check it with some experiment. Okay. So what he did after 1 year of the proposed by Hertz, he and his team, they developed an experimental setup to study this phenomenon. In this experiment, he has taken this one was ball inside which he kept two zinc metal plates. Okay, and one of the metal plates is connected to the negative end of the battery, and the positive one, so the other zinc plate is connected to the positive end of the battery. Okay, and now he connected a galvanometer here to see whether something is happening. If some current will, something will happen, some particles will move or something happens, then definitely there will be change in current. Okay, so that will be reflected through the deflection in the galvanometer. Okay, so this is the simple experimental arrangement done by Halbach and his friends. Okay, so in this, what he saw, whenever he is incidenting some light on this galvanometer is showing some deflection. Okay. At the other hand, if he is incidenting light on the plate which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, he could not find any deflection in the galvanometer. This again developed some more curiosity. Okay. This is how science is giving flavor to the scientists, and they are getting so much involved that they would forget about the world around them. Okay, so now this concept created a curiosity among the scientists. Then the next, he could tell that something is happening, some particles are being that are coming out from the plate, because of which the movement of the particles, some current is moving, is being generated, but he could not find out concretely what is happening. Okay, so next to him come is our J.J. Thomson. Okay, you people must be knowing this scientist. All those who are reading physics, chemistry, they must be knowing who is J.J. Thomson. He is the person who discovered electron. Okay, so once he discovered the particle electron, then they correlated between the electron and the phenomenon what is happening in this experiment developed by Halbach and the principle proposed by Hertz. Then he told that particles what is moving from that negative charged plate is nothing but electrons. So in 1899, J.J. Thomson, he established that ultraviolet light actually ejected electrons from metal. So when we are incidenting ultraviolet light on a metal, then electrons are being ejected. So this is the thing given by J.J. Thomson. After that, once more, Leonard, he improved the experimental setup proposed by Halbach, and the total explanation was given by Albert Einstein. Now this is the improved experimental setup, in which this is an evacuated glass tube, and again here that some window is created through which ultraviolet rays are being incident on this cathode. This is called cathode because this is connected to the negative side of the battery, and this anode is connected to the positive side of the battery, and to measure the current they have connected an ammeter here. So till now what we have seen is what is photoelectric effect basically. So whenever light is being incident on a metal, some finally initially they told that some particles are coming out, but after the discovery of electron by J.J. Thomson, they conclude that the particles which are being ejected from the metal are nothing but electrons. Okay, so now what is photoelectric effect? Okay, so what we know is the structure of atom is such that the nucleus is at the center, and that inside the nucleus we are having neutrons and protons, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus in certain permitted orbits. Okay, now when they are revolving around there, if we are incidenting some photon, like here one photon is being incident on the atom which is in the stable state. Now this photon is coming with, photon is nothing but a quantum of light. Okay, so this photon is moving with very high speed. When it hits some electron revolving around the nucleus, the electron will come out of the orbit. Okay, so this phenomenon is basically known as photoelectric effect. So when a photon is coming with high speed, it hits an electron, then that electron will be ejected out of the orbit, and this ejected electron is not known as photoelectrons, and this metal from which the electrons is being ejected are known as photosensitive metals. Okay, so the process of emission of electrons from the surface of a metal plate when illuminated by light of suitable wavelength, that may be a gamma ray, X-ray, ultraviolet ray, or even visible light, will be the emission of electrons. And the electrons emitted are called photoelectrons, and the metal is called photosensitive material. Okay. Hope you all are enjoying this lecture. Today we have discussed what is photoelectric effect, and today we'll stop here. In the next class we'll see what are the physical parameters which affects the amount of photoelectric current being generated by the photosensitive material. Till that, I would suggest you to go through all the previous lectures to have better understanding in the further concepts. Okay? Thank you and have a good day. And don't forget to subscribe, like and share my channel with your friends. Wish you all the best.